Hello everyone. In this video, we will have a quick overview over the tips to keep in mind while writing a research article. So, why to be careful while writing a research paper? Well, a top quality research paper is a combination of original innovative research and good writing. Learning the rules and a few mistakes to avoid will go a long way when you're ready to publish your research. Hence, keeping these simple tips and peculiarities in mind will help you make your work stand out and appear impressive and authentic. So let's go over them. The first one, choose a good topic. Remember that the topic is one of the first elements of the research paper that any reader would look at. Moreover, the topic should be one that ignites interest among them. Hence, while choosing, you need to consider whether or not the topic is a bit unique and whether it gives you the chance to bring new and fresh thoughts to the table. Hence, choose your topic wisely. Second, a catchy title. The title is the part of a paper that is read the most and it is usually read the first. Hence, a good title should provide information about the focus and scope of your research study. It is therefore the most important element that defines the research. It should be an appropriate one to give a brief idea and hence justify it. Third, good outline and structure. In simple words, if the structure and outline of your paper are not good enough, then the entire research conducted goes to waste. Readers should be able to understand the intensity of the work that you are trying to present. All the parts of the paper must be coherent enough for the readers to make clear sense, and uniformity should be maintained throughout the text. Fourth, properly researched information and facts. Make sure that the facts you include in the content are true and correct. Nothing affects or worsens the credibility of a scientific scholar than the presence of false research or facts in one of his papers. Hence, make sure to check that even the smallest of fact included in it is true and verified. Fifth, a good thesis statement. Well, thesis is a short and crisp statement that the author is supposed to write at the very beginning of the paper. This statement is supposed to make clear the goal, aim, or the argument of the paper, and that is why it is present at the very beginning. It is highly important as once it is written, the paper is supposed to be revolving entirely around it. Hence, you can consider thesis as an introductory statement of your research paper. So, a good way can be to write the paper first and then read it to find the central idea or the question and then form the thesis. However, one should suggest doing it in a conventional manner. But you can try this to get a better thesis statement. Sixth, a good argument. It is quite obvious that while writing a scientific research paper, you cannot afford to have a vague idea or point. The idea or the argument should also be worthy enough to be the inspiration for a research paper. Thus, it simply means that the overall essence or the idea of the paper should be a good one. The argument that you propose in your research paper should have something unique and innovative in it. Seventh, good citations. One of the major tasks is finding and presenting evidence to support your claim or your argument. Keep in mind that the credibility of a research paper is also partially judged by the way in which the author is able to back his claim. Therefore, you should be able to provide good and authentic sources of information and cite all the sources from where the information is obtained. This leaves a good impression on the reader, which will help you back your claims. Eighth, no plagiarism. Committing plagiarism, intentionally or unintentionally, is the biggest mistake one can commit while writing a scientific research paper. At times, even if you use some of your old work and do not cite it in the paper, it can be considered as an example of plagiarism. Hence, the work should be original and properly authenticated. Plagiarism should be avoided at any case as it is considered as a false practice while writing a research paper. So be careful while mentioning any of the content in your paper. Ninth, no mistakes. Mistakes can be any one of grammatical, wrong usage of words, spelling mistakes, or anything else. Committing any kind of mistakes leaves a bad impression on the reader and lowers the paper quality. Hence, make sure that you get somebody to proofread the article for you or you do it yourself before sending it ahead for your publication. 10th, a good conclusion. Usually, author does not work much on the conclusion since it is the ending part, though it is an important section of the paper. The conclusion of a paper should be such that it makes an impact on the reader. Since conclusion summarizes the complete content of the paper, it must be clear, concise, and should be able to convey the idea fruitfully. Overall, every element of a research paper is important and should be considered properly while writing and adding the content. Hence, keep these tips in mind and these will help you make your work authentic and original. Thank you.